just an MLB update. I had a few things with the Mariners. Just talking about
like 5 things that I didn't even notice. But go ahead.
Yeah, I had Brian Wu. I just want to talk a little bit about him.
He's
really good.
He was fine.
4 1/3. He did exit with the injury.
His first inning was just a lot of pitches.
So he is supposed to make his next start, but I was really excited to see that.
It was nice to see him. Nice to, can't hurt.
And
but then you do kind of trade it for Brash, who now is officially out for the year, which sucks for the Mariners.
That was not fun to hear.
A lot of people will tell you he has the best pitch in baseball.
Yeah,
the good part about it is hopefully he is obviously very young.
Just get him 100% for next year.
Yeah, just really, unless, hypothetically, if we're deep into the playoffs.
Yeah.
I'm not someone who pushes it. I really don't think someone's health is worth a ring, in my opinion. I think.
Look at Steven Strasburg. That's what happened.
Exactly.
He did push it. They did win the World Series.
And they won the World Series.
But he's done.
Yeah. At a very young age and whatever. So I agree. I think Brash, it sucks, but it was kind of writing on the wall, it seemed like, from when we saw it. Yeah. It sucks it's Tommy John's. It's not just like
I was very upset.
I was hoping it was just going to be maybe a year off type of thing.
Yeah. This next thing, I just quickly covered that the Mariners won the series against the A's, so happy to see that. But
that's fine.
Have you heard the rumor about Pete Alonso?
No, I'm not a fan. I'm not a fan.
Well, first, they're going to trade him for France and Hancock.
Yep.
I'll have my own opinion, but what do you think?
I don't mind the trade itself.
Yeah.
Because I think, obviously, Pete Alonso is an improvement on France.
Yeah.
I do like France. I hate the fact Pete Alonso's on a 1-year deal. I hate that. And that's where I don't like getting rid of Hancock for a 1-year deal. I don't think Hancock obviously had a rough kind of start to the year.
He's better than that, though.
He's so young. And, I think it's just what it is. I think he needs to go down to the AAA, get his confidence kind of reboosted. I think you'll see him towards the end of the year.
That's what Scott Service did say when they sent him down.
I think he will be up. I think you just go build his confidence. I don't like it, mainly the fact it's a 1-year rental, and I don't think Pete Alonso's worth a 1-year rental.
Yeah, I don't know. I do think he's better than Ty France, but I don't think he's enough. Good enough better to get us better. Because he hasn't had a good year. He's hitting .212 last I looked.
Yeah, he's not.
And not to say he's not a good player,
and the thing
but just
too is
currently.
Do you genuinely think, like you just said there, can Pete Alonso really win you a ring?
Yeah,
I don't think so. If you knew he was going to re-sign to a team-friendly...
Of course. That's the risk you take, though. And that's like with Luis Castillo. 100%. It did work out, but a lot of times that doesn't.
Yeah, he's batting .223 with 9 home runs, 33 hits in 104. He's got
how many RBIs does he have?
A .4 WAR, 22.
So he is producing.
He's got a steal, though.
Nice.
I don't like it.
Yeah.
I would say no because, one, I think Hancock's worth more.
Yeah.
France, for him, I'm not too fussed about. I like France, but I also think France is...
Yeah,
he's a very mediocre first baseman. He had the one All-Star year where he was good, and
he dropped off the second half though.
Yeah, so that's what I had. I was actually going to kind of talk about that too because our strikeout rate.
Oh my gosh,
we're literally going to break the Twins season record last year, so that was pretty impressive.
The whole point of this offseason was to get better at strikeouts, and we've gotten worse.
And it's terrible to watch because now again, Abraham Toro comes up here. I saw him hit a home run.
Yep.
You have all these guys that we have let walk. Besides really Suarez, who's still striking out a lot. Even like Jesse Winker's having a great... Jesse Winker is going to get the Nationals some draft picks this year. He's having a good year.
He's good.
And...
yeah, it's like they're a year off for us.
Well, and I think the problem with like what someone was talking about in summer, I think it was on 710 or something on sports radio here. They were talking about how if you want to get rid of strikeouts, you got to go get people that can hit.
Yeah.
And I don't feel like we got anyone. I mean, you got like Polanco, who should be hitting a little better, but more power guy. Haniger, you know what you're going to get out of Haniger, 250 every once in a while, whatever.
Yeah.
I think that there wasn't enough just contact hitters. Mm-hmm. Obviously, JP being out kind of hurts.
Get Luis Arráez. That's who I wish we could have traded for. He was on the trade block. We need a second baseman.
I was going to say, did you hear he got traded?
Yeah, Josh Ross has done fine at third.
Yeah, leave him there.
I don't.
Yep.
I wish Polanco's been better, but he hasn't.
Yeah, and you can put him as a DH if you want to with Garver and flip him.
I mean, and Crawford's still out. So,
but would you have given up 4 prospects to get Arraez? That's what San Diego gave up, and San Diego is a heaping pile of donkey. I know they're not bad, but they have spent a lot of money to get nothing.
Yeah. honestly, depending on the contract he's still on, I probably would have given up Hancock and someone else.
Let's see. I'm curious now. What is?
But I don't know what his contract is. If he's a 1-year deal, that's tough. But he does make our team that much better. He just gives us our RBI opportunities.
I'm not disagreeing with you. He is on,
and obviously we're not going to get him. But unfortunately,
no, he's gone.
Yeah,
I mean he's obviously off the trade. I mean he's on 1 year.
Yeah, so that is
that's a lot.
Yeah.
So I would say. I get what you're saying. If you were to tell me the same package, I would say that's it, like France and Hancock.
Yeah. Honestly, Polanco, makes more sense if we could trade Polanco and Hancock, just because position-wise, I would have taken that.
100%. I agree. But so now that kind of answers my question is, the Marlins, they ever going to?
Dude, they have good players, but they just keep trading
Yelich. Yeah, I was going to say they had these monster players, and they just don't want to keep them.
Pablo Lopez last year, I traded for Luis Arráez, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah. And then Arráez was like literally about to hit 400 last year and then fell in and he's gone. The only other two things I kind of had questions on, maybe to see what you thought, is like the Braves offense. And it's funny how I say that and then they hit like 5 home runs in 1 inning over the weekend or something.
They're still good.
But they've been bad. Like their offense has not been that good this year. It's been kind of
Ozuna's been pretty solid.
Ozuna's been good and Albies has been okay, but Albies has not hit a home run at home
What's
yet.
His face at third
Olsen's been bad. Not bad, but he's not been good.
Yeah.
Acuna's not been good, and then
Riley's
been he's been mediocre. It's just interesting. But now see, I mean, obviously I think they'll click, but it's like it's taking you guys a long time to
the fact is though, they're still probably top 3 in the MLB and they're
still so how many games in first place, so it doesn't really matter. It's crazy.
It's wild.
The other kind of weird thing that I saw over the weekend was Craig Kimbrell is now a setup guy.
Oh, I did see the
Orioles. I know the Orioles bullpen has been literally the reason they lose any games.
Yeah.
But yeah, so he was I guess there was like an issue going on with Kimbrell going, I've been this guy for so long, blah blah.
You're not giving up.
When he's giving up, he's giving up stuff. So their manager basically was saying, we're gonna move you down to like the 8th inning guy.
Yeah.
And he was like, I don't really want to do that. And it's like, well,
dude, if you want to win,
then you're not gonna be on a team.
Yeah.
So that's what I had kind of going over, kind of just like the update. Obviously, the big news where I thought was the stupidest thing is when someone was like, it was Buster Olney.
Yeah.
Literally, and I quote, Paul Skenes might already be the best pitcher in baseball.
That's a little early.
The dude has not even thrown up. That was like the dumb thing. Do you see the thing with the Dodgers where they're like, no-hitter alert before Yamamoto already threw a first pitch, and then he threw the first pitch of the game?
Yeah.
All the way out to center.
Yeah.
How did you feel about Paul Skenes?
I mean, honestly,
did you watch any of it at all?
I didn't, but I looked at his stat line. I watched a little bit of highlights. He looks good. I mean, 4 innings, 3 earned runs, 7 strikeouts, which is impressive. 2 walks. So
he looks
fine. It's not bad. It's really not bad for a debut. I mean, but if you look at his AAA stats, like it was time. Like
I agree with time. And again, when you say what he just did.
I mean, 7 strikeouts in 4 innings.
4 innings, 7 strikeouts, 3 runs, 2 walks. He touched over 100, I think, 10 or 12 times.
Yeah.
He's 21. I mean, dude, that is not a bad outing.
No, I think it was fine. Like I think it wasn't. A lot of people were talking about him being like. If you guys know Steven Strasburg, I just talked about it a little bit earlier, but he had 12 strikeouts in his debut.
Yeah.
So the guy had a ton of pressure, too.
Well, and I think the other thing, too, between the both of them, is you have already seen Pittsburgh be like, we are not letting you blow out your arm. We are really taking this slow, which I don't disagree with. I think it's dumb in some aspects, like with the Mariners with Clase, where they're like, oh, we're putting you down because it helps our control years.
Yeah.
Who cares? We're trying to win. And if you want to win, those don't matter. If you show confidence and faith in a guy, then hopefully he stays and throws it back. I think Skenes looked good. Obviously, I think his girlfriend looked better. But I think the MLB is going to take advantage of.
Yeah,
it'll be interesting though because Paul Skenes is so boring. He was on the Pat McAfee show, and Pat McAfee was like, we all know Pat McAfee, crazy energy, like rah, 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 big guy, whatever, punter, whatever he was, and he's like. So what kind of music do you like? He's country. I like country music. I'm like, oh, okay, yeah. Do you like a song you like warm up to? And he goes, literally, Paul Skenes goes, he's 21. He's not like he's 45. He goes, oh yeah, my last one I was listening to an audiobook. I'm like, this is the most boring guy in the world. Yeah. You're gonna try to make this man the face of MLB, and he is not going to be it. He's going to be so quiet. He's just going to be about himself. It just seems like he's such a down-home, humble kind of guy.
Yeah, I kind of like it though.
Me too. Oh, I agree. So, it's like having Shohei.
Yeah.
Shohei doesn't go out in the public and tell you which president to vote for or anything. He doesn't care.
No.
So I agree.
One cool thing I did find about Paul Skenes is this year he's donating $100 for every strikeout he has to the, I'm going to mispronounce that foundation, but it goes directly to them to helping veterans and first responders. So I thought that was
I think it's cool. And I think it's funny. I think someone was talking about like, oh, it's only $100. And I go, first off,
that's still really cool.
He's at whatever, $700?
$700, yeah.
And it's not like, yes, I know he's financially doing just fine. But it's not like
at all.
Yeah, you don't have to do it. And it's not like he's making $80 million a year.
Yeah.
He's on a rookie deal where he's probably making a couple million, maybe. A lot of rookie deals in MLB are really low.
It just depends.
I know he's the first overall pick, so it's probably a little better. But yeah, I think that's super cool. I think, again, it just shows you kind of the character he is he doesn't really, he's not going to be the limelight guy. He might go to the red carpet, one, because his girlfriend is, probably the biggest female star in the world. Everyone seems to know who she is nowadays. So I think you'll see kind of a compare contrast between the both of them. But I think Paul Skenes is going to be a very just humble, super nice guy.
Yeah, I hope he does well.
Me too.
I mean, throwing 100+ in your debut is always cool. So,
I remember when I did that, but my sister filmed over the tape, so I don't have it anymore.
You lost your highlight. We were like, oh, that's mine. Yeah.
No, you still have yours. I've seen some of yours. I could ask your mom.
Oh gosh.
Mine are completely gone.
Yeah.
Because I was scared to play baseball.
Yeah. Well, last week I did throw one of my high school photos up in the video, so you guys have to find that little Easter egg. It's great.
Don't worry, guys.
I got you. It's great. But,
nice. Thanks for listening to the Kind of Athletic podcast. Be sure to follow us on all of our socials and come back next week for next week's episodes.